Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So the last question of our model sample paper number 3 from section C is describe the lake as an ecosystem, giving example of various zones and biotic components in it. So this is a detailed question and this is an important question. So we will do this question thoroughly because in various previous year exams, this question has been asked. So this is important question and we will discuss this in detail. Okay, we will write all the points and mark it. You have to write in the manner I am telling you. Okay, so let's start the answer. This is your question number 3 of section C of test paper 3, means sample paper. Okay, so let's start. Deep water lakes contain 3 distinct zones. Okay, so the answer we will start like this. Deep water contain 3 distinct zones. 3 distinct zones. What are these zones? Remember, when we were studying, we have clearly explained you, all these 3 zones. First one is called as littoral zone. The another one is called as limnatic zone. And the third one is called the profundal zone. So these are the 3 zones. First line that you will write is deep water contains 3 distinct zones. Or you can write lake water ecosystem contains 3 distinct zones. Number 1, littoral. Number 2, limnatic. Number 3, profundal. Now moving to the next part of the question. Next part. What we will discuss these zones. First zone, that is littoral. Why this is called littoral zone? Apply some common sense. See, litter. Litter means whatever waste you are throwing on it, throwing in the environment. So that is litter. So litter gets floating over the surface of the any water body. Okay. So that is why it is called littoral zone, the above zone that is full of litter, waste particles, waste, man-made waste, environmental waste, leaves, shade of tree branches, all the organisms that are died and they are floating on the water body. Their dead bodies are floating over the water body. Okay. So litter, any kind of waste that is present mostly on the upper surface of the water body. Okay. See, lake, consider this is a lake. So there are 3 zones. First zone is littoral, limnatic, and last one is profundal. So Li, littoral, limnatic, and this last one, the benthic zone, the last zone, that is the bottom zone of any water body, is called profundal zone. Okay, so first we will discuss about the littoral zone. What is the littoral zone? It is the shallow part of the lake closer to the shore. So what we will write? It is the shallow part of the lake closer to the shore. Means the upper surface, upper layer of the water body, or you can say the upper zone of the water body. Light penetrates up to the bottom. Okay, bottom of littoral zone, not bottom of the water body. Light penetrates up to the bottom of this zone. We are talking only about this zone. So light penetrates up to the bottom. So the bottom is bottom of littoral zone, not the water body, not the lake. Okay. It is euphotic, having good light. Okay. So it is called euphotic. What does euphotic means? Euphotic means having good light. If you see, if you just remember, There are green layer on the surface of many ponds. That is the algae. Okay, so algae is mostly free floating or on the littoral zone. Why? Because green algae do photosynthesis and they need light, and littoral zone is euphotic zone. So eutrophication is basically on the littoral zone where the whole water body is contaminated with the algal growth, and there is no more light is coming inside. The other organisms that are under the lower zones, limnatic and profoundal, they feel it difficult to get the oxygen, the light, and even the uh, many factors. So this is a eutrophication, and it is mostly on the littoral zone because it is having a good light. Okay, so algae is having good light, algae is having nutrition, algae is having water, so they perform the photosynthesis and they increase their population. Okay, covering the whole littoral zone sometimes. Okay, so that is not good. That is pollution. Okay, that is algal bloom. It is the algal pollution. It has rich vegetation and high rate of photosynthesis and hence rich in oxygen. Okay. It has rich vegetation and higher rate of photosynthesis and rich in oxygen. Clear? Next comes the limnatic zone. We will write in next slide about the limnatic zone. So limnatic zone. It is the open water zone away from the shore. Okay. It is the open water zone away from the shore. Shore means kinara. Okay. Shore. Shore means kinara. Seashore. Samundri kinara. Okay. Lake shore. Lake ka kinara. Okay. So this is shore. Means the zone that is open water zone and it is away from the shore is known as limnatic zone. It extends up to the effective light penetration level vertically. It extends up to the effective light penetration level. Vertically means here the light is vertically. Okay, because this is the open zone. So vertically, the imaginary line that separates the limnatic zone from the profundal zone is known as the zone of compensation or compensation point light or compensation point light, compensation levels. Okay, so imaginary line. See, this can come in even the your very short type of answer also, that what is composition, compensation point, compensation level. Okay. So it is an imaginary line that separates the limnatic zone from the limnatic zone from the profoundal zone. Is known as the zone of compensation or compensation point light, or you can call it compensation level. ठीक है? Okay, clear? Now it is the zone of effective light penetration. It is the zone of effective light penetration. Hence, the rate of photosynthesis is equal to the rate of respiration. Limnatic zone has no contact with the bottom of the lake. Limnatic zone has no contact with the bottom of lake. Next is profundal zone. It is a deep water area present below the limnatic zone and beyond the depth of effective light penetration. Okay, so here the effective light penetration is not there. Light is not penetrating in this profundal zone. Clear? Now, what is this? We will write it is the deep water area. It is the deep water area present below the limnatic zone. आवाज कम. And beyond the depth of and beyond the depth of effective light penetration. आवाज कम. Penetration. Clear? Next is light is absent. Light is absent. So there is no light. Photosynthetic organisms are absent and so the water has poor in oxygen content. Okay. Photosynthetic organisms are absent because there is no light, so they are absent. Photosynthetic organisms are absent and so the water is poor in oxygen content. It includes mostly the anaerobic organisms which feed on detritus. It includes mostly the anaerobic organisms which feed on detritus. Clear? The organisms living in lentic habitat are classified into pedonic forms which live at the bottom of the lake, and those living in the open waters of lakes away from the shore vegetation are known as limnatic forms. Okay. So lentic means the bottom ones. Okay. Limnatic means the limnatic zone ones. Okay. So the organisms living in lentic habitat are classified into pedonic forms. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, Light is absent, photosynthetic organisms are absent, so the okay. So the lentic habitats are classified into pedonic forms. Now let's write about our okay. So which live at the bottom of the lake and those living in it. Pedonic forms. After that, you have to write which lives at the bottom. Okay, so the pedonic form lives at the bottom of the lake and those living in the open water of lakes away from the shore, away from the shore, vegetation are known as limnatic forms. So if they in the question, in any kind of question, in MCQ, your very short type or any kind of, if they ask you what are the pedonic forms, then you have to write the forms that are at the bottom of the lake ecosystem. Okay. They lentic habitat. Okay. There's no oxygen, less oxygen, no light, no photosynthesis. Okay. So this is called the profoundal zone. Now, next we will write about the biota. The question is asking about the biota also. So we will write about the biota. What is the biota? Biotic components of this lake ecosystem. Animal and plant life of a particular region. Okay. What is biota? Animal and plant life of a particular region. Clear? Littoral zone is rich in littoral zone. First, we'll write about the littoral zone. Is rich in rich with pedonic flora. Pedonic flora. How and why? Especially up to the depth of effective light penetration. Effective light penetration. Okay. Next comes determinate somehow okay. Just wait a minute. Complete. Let me add some slides to the content so that we can write, read. Okay. So littoral zone is rich in pedonic flora, especially up to the depth of effective light penetration. Now, what the next biota they are saying? At the shore, proper emergent vegetation is abundant with firmly fixed roots into the bottom of the lake, and shoots and leaves are exposed above the level of water. Okay, so what they are saying that on the shore, on the littoral zone, properly rooted plants are there because it is near to the land, na? So that is why properly rooted and properly leafy plants are there. Okay. So what we will write? We will write at the shore, proper emergent vegetation is abundant with firmly firmly fixed roots in the body of the lake, and shoots and leaves are exposed above the level of water. These are amphibious plants. Amphibious plants. These are amphibious plants. Certain amphibious means the plants that grow on land as well as on the water. Certain emergent rooted plants of littoral zones are, now we are giving the example also, certain littoral zone plants are kettles, that is called typha, bulrushes, that is called skyrups. Okay, skyrups, arrowheads, arrowheads, that is called sagittaria. Slightly deeper are the rooted plants with floating leaves. Okay, slightly deeper are the rooted plants with floating leaves, such as the water lilies, nymphia, nelumbo, trapa, etc. Trapa means singhada. Okay, chestnut. Still deeper are the submerged plants such as Hydrilla, Cara, Potomegaton, etc. Still deeper are the submerged, means the plants under the water. Submerged plants such as Hydrilla, Cara. Cara is an algae. Potameg, Potamogeton, etc. The free-floating vegetation includes Pistia, Wolfia, Lemna, duckweed, Azolla ecornia. Azolla is again an algae. Okay. The free floating vegetation includes Pistia, Wolffia, Lemna, duckweed. Azolla, ecornia, etc. The phytoplankton of the littoral zone composed of diatoms, composed of the phytoplankton of the littoral zone composed of diatoms. What are the name of diatoms? Phoskinodiscus, Phoskinodiscus, and Nitzia. Nitzia, etc. Okay, green algae. What are the name of green algae? Name any two. Green algae. Volvox, Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a algae that is used by the astrologers' food. Okay. Euglenoids. Euglena, Ficus, etc. Ficus, etc. Dinoflagellates. Gymnodinium. Cystodinium. Animals. The consumers of the littoral zone are abundant in this zone of the lake. Are abundant in this zone of the lake. These are categorized into these are categorized into zooplankton, Newston, Necton, Periphyton, Periphyton, and Benthos. And Benthos. The zooplankton of the littoral zone consists of water fleas such as Daphnia, rotifers, and ostracods. The zooplankton of the littoral zone consists of water fleas such as Daphnia, rotisseries, and ostracods. Clear? The animals living at the air-water interface constitute the Newton. The animals living at the air-water interface constitute the Newton. T are of two types. Newton are of two types. What are the types? One is epinewton and another is hyponewton. Epinewton, hyponewton. Water striders, Garris beetles, water bugs, dynutes form the epinewton, supranewton, and the hyponewton. Infranewton includes the larva of mosquitoes. So this includes larva of mosquitoes, and this includes beetles, water bugs. Water bugs. The animals such as fishes, amphibians, the animals such as fishes, amphibians, water snakes, terrapins, insects like water scorpion, water scorpion, black swimmer, driving beetles capable of swimming constitute the nekton. Back swimmer. Who is known as the back swimmer? Notonecta. Driving beetles. Driving beetles are disticus. Capable of swimming. Constitute which region, which part? Nekton part. Okay. Now come the periphyton part. Then we will talk about the biotic of limnatic zone. And then biota profunda zone. Animals such as animals that are attached to creeping of the on the aquatic creeping on the aquatic plants such as water snails, names of insects, hydras constitute periphyton. Constitute which region? Periphyton. Okay, now we will talk about the biota of the limnatic zone. What is the biota of limnatic zone? Limnatic zone is the largest zone. Okay, next line. Write it. It is the largest zone. I am writing in short. It is the reason of rapid variation of the level of water. Reason of rapid variation of water level. Temperature, oxygen availability, etc. Means these things are variable from time to time according to the weather. If it is rainy season, monsoons, then the level of water is high. The limnatic zone has autotrophs, photosynthetic plant. Limnatic region has autotrophs, photosynthetic plant. In abundance. The autotrophs of this season are phytoplankton such as the euglenoid. Now example, what are the examples? Euglenoids, diatoms, cyanobacteria. Okay. Next is dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates. Blue-green algae. BGA. Green algae. Okay. Fisher, frogs, water snakes, etc. Limnatic zone are the zooplanktonic organisms. What are the zooplanktonic organisms of limnatic zone? Zooplanktonic organisms are poppypods, fisher, frogs, water snakes, etc. Okay, so they are the limnatic animals. Neptune. Now, biota of the profundal zone. Biota of, see, this answer is very big answer. You need to learn this answer. This is very important. That is why I am giving you the whole answer in detail. Okay, because this answer usually comes. It includes the organisms such as the decomposers. Decomposers are included. I am writing in short now. Example, bacteria, chirominoid larva, chironomid larva, cow borus, cow borus, phantoms larva. Cow borus is known as phantom larva. Phantom larva. Okay. Red annelids, flames, etc. that are capable of living in low oxygen levels. That capable of living in low O2 levels. The decomposers of this zone decompose the dead plants and animals and release nutrients which are used by the biotic community of both littoral and limnatic zones. Okay. So what is this? What are they doing? Decomposers decompose the dead plants and animals and release nutrients which are used by the biotic community. by the biotic community of littoral and limnotic zone. Clear? The lake ecosystem performs all the function of any ecosystem and of the biosphere as a whole. Okay. See, lake ecosystem performs all the functions of any ecosystem and of the biosphere as a whole and of the biosphere as a whole. Conversion of inorganic substances into organic material with the help of radiant solar energy. Okay. Photosynthesis, simple. Conversion of, see, write down, conversion of inorganic substances into organic material with the help of radiant energy. That is just a photosynthesis definition. Consumption of autotrophs by the heterotrophs. Autotrophs are eaten by the heterotrophs. So it is basically a complete food chain is also there. So lake ecosystem is properly a ecosystem that is having a whole biosphere in it. Okay. And consumption of autotrophs by the heterotrophs, decomposition, mineralization of dead matter to release the fat of for reuse of the autotrophs. So recycling of material is also taking place equally. Clear? So this is all about the your lake ecosystem. Now in the next question, we will do the question paper of 2019. Okay, what has been asked in 2019 question paper. First, we will do the very short type, then section A, section B, and section C simultaneously as we are keep on doing with me. Okay, don't just leave it that I will do it. I will see the video again on the day of exam. Do it at the day of exam. You just need to revise. So write in your copy and then revise with your handwritten stuff. Clear? So this is all about today's class. In the next, we will solve the sample paper of 2019. We have solved 16, 17, and 18. Now we will solve about the 19. Okay. My aim is to solve all the 10 years previously